Okay, I'm live. Live, I'm not going to show. So today is September the 21st, 2025. September 21st, 2025. I was actually starting on the 20th, but it's going into the 21st now. And not today, but tomorrow is the first day of spring in the year 2025. Or not spring, but fall. And I got two people here. And I'm not going to be here long. I put a request in possibly for some people to show up. And if they're so interested, they could get into this chat with me today. Some interesting conversations. I will say this that basically these are no fun unless you've got good dialogue in here. So if anybody knows, well, a couple of people who I requested to be in here are not responding. One did, but it doesn't seem like that's going to that could happen, but it more than likely is not going to happen. I just don't have a lot of faith in it that somebody will come in here. But we'll see. Okay. I can change this up too. Yeah, I like that better. So, like I said, it's a matter of, do you want to come in? Do you not want to come in? Do you want to get involved in this chat, or you not want to? Yeah. Yeah, I heard about the Heathen Succeed guy. I think he had a nervous breakdown or something like that. Somebody relisted his stuff up. That was insane, him going out like that. He says, I'm 36 years old, never had a girlfriend. Let me put this on here. I never had a girlfriend and no friends. What's your take on it? I did a video in 2008 called 18-year-old virgin equals 36-year-old virgin. That was the name of the video. 18-year-old virgin equals 36-year-old virgin. Which, how prophetic was that? Really prophetic. Hey, Steve, why not interview random volunteers from the chat? You never know what interesting conversation you might have. I've got to see a face. I got to be able to put a face with it. Interesting. One guy says, I agree with Hoka. At the crux of the issues, it boils down to demographics. I had some interesting commentary. I was hoping to get, what's his name in here? Mercer Black Pills or Dark Pills, but I don't know if he wants to come in here at all. It's really doubtful that he'll ever interview with me, and I have a feeling why. I might grill him on some other questions, and it's not really questions I have. I just want to do more dialogue. Yeah, it's just getting to be too much. I got 20 in the chat here. Yeah. So we'll see what happens if anybody wants to get in here. I was hoping to get the person I wanted in here, but we'll see. I don't think I want Harden 9 coming in here today. Harden 9 was a little bit disagreeable on some things, but he was a great guest because he's honest. He shows his face. He's honest about he's at least up to his point. It says, do people still socialize and drink and drive? And then drive in Canada, the legal BAC is 0.05, 0.05, super risky. Yeah, that's like one less than a beer, man, and you're legally drunk. Ours is 0.08. So you have a little more less tolerance than we do. I don't know about Jimmy Kimmel getting sacked. What did he say? That's weird. I saw the video, but I didn't quite understand what he was talking about. Awesome live. This is a guy named Sarisa Nami. 24 in the chat. 24 excess dudes. 24 lonely men. You guys don't know that I was just I visited. I don't usually visit his channel very often, but I was over at what's his name's channel. What the heck is his name? And I guess Stardust hasn't made any content like in 8 days. He's got some sort of ban on his channel or something. I don't believe the official story of Charlie Kirk. This whole get up with this guy is just absolutely stupid. By the way, you guys, I got my hair cut. You just can't see it very well. I did a shave too. Demonetized. Yeah. He got demonetized. I'm not knocking Harden. We had a good conversation, and he was very gracious to come in here, and we had a long conversation. He understands mind control or all this media crap, but he's a little bit pro tiny hat. He's very pro for a country that I don't know. I like him for the most part, but he got a little bit carried away with Israel being like a super ally with the U.S. I mean, everybody in the mainstream media now, even Tucker Carlson, have all kind of just thrown Israel under the bus because we see what's going on with the genocide going on in the Gaza and all the billionaire donors that are given into the country. And everybody knows that's what Charlie Kirk's organization really was just billionaire donors buying his his opinion on things. No, should you join the U.S. Army? Says no, absolutely not. I was in there for 4 years. Don't think so. But Charlie Kirk, I think, was bought and paid for. And when he tried to flip the script, that's what happens. Yeah, Flip Wilson just responds. He says, "Absolutely not. Regarding don't join the, no, you don't fight the military. They're not going to get you any punani. They're not going to find you a wife, and they're not a moral institution." Nothing could be further. I'll be here another 10 minutes if things don't start to move here. Yeah. Hey, John 5, you want to come in here? Lone Hiker 22 would be good. Flip Wilson's pretty. Yeah, that's what happens. Yep. Let me go back to my. Go back to the round one. Yeah, I'll just go to the little hole. Kimmel said that Kurt Killer was a MAGA lie and laugh about Trump grief or something like that. Yeah. What, saying that MAGA did it or MAGA didn't do it? I don't know what that. Yeah, because I saw that. I didn't quite understand the context of what he was saying. I'm a mental cell. I know what that is. I'm in this little circle here. Jimmy said MAGA did it. Wow. You know what I was thinking the other day? It is amazing how prior to the George Floyd riots and shortly during them, the left was complaining about how we needed more censorship and people that speak their mind should be censored. And now they've completely, the elites have done a complete 180. Now it's the left is begging for no censorship, and the right is now demanding censorship. It's just the way they're playing off these left, right. It's really not left, right. What Charlie Kirk succeeded in doing is dividing the left and the right. He divided the left and the right with his rhetoric, when in fact he could have said, what do we have in common, blacks and whites? Well, let's see. We have a shitty job situation. We have a unaffordable housing, which affects everybody. So, I mean, we had all kinds of people. Denmark, Andy, do you want to wave to me? Do you want to get your face on there too? Okay, you want to get on?
Hello.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm from Denmark. Hello. I'm just coming randomly in here. I'm from Denmark.
Okay, good. Well, your English is good, so because I don't speak your Danish language.
No. We speak Danish, bro. Where are you from?
I'm from Ohio, Cleveland area.
Ohio. Crazy.
Yeah, I live in Ohio on Lake Erie. We got one of the bigger freshwater lakes.
Do you have autism?
What's
it's
that?
Not a prank. It's not a troll. Like, I'm not trolling, but you sound very direct in your voice and your tone. Are you like autistic?
No, I'm not. I'm just honest. I think people mistaken autistic.
I don't know if it's an accent. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
I
don't know if it's
okay.
accent.
You're not hurting my feelings. That's good. So
it's cool, bro. I'm just gonna ask you because some autistic people are very interesting, but you seem interesting too. You know what I mean?
So are you aware
what do you do?
So are you aware of the problem with the dating, how men are having a hard time meeting women in this country today? Are you do you okay.
What do you mean, bro? Well, no, what do you mean, bro? Like hard time meeting people in Ohio?
No, I'm talking about like the dating scene.
Yeah, but listen. Bro, it's hard. It's a hard one, you know, because like for me, I'm young. How old are you, first of all?
Well, I'm 54, but I'm not complaining about my
You're
life.
You're 54.
Yeah.
Listen. It's cool, bro. It's cool. I'm 24. So you are double the age of me, you know?
Right.
One thing I will tell you about why now, in this time we're living right now, yeah, it's the same shit. It's about money and all that, power, all that shit. But in the end, love, it comes in here. It's just in front of you. You gotta grab it, you know. But dating right now is all online. Fuck that shit, bro. If you want pussy, and get pussy from a prostitute. But if you really wanna find love, you gotta go to Thailand, man.
Right. But I'm saying in your Denmark, there's legalized prostitution for guys that are lonely.
We were
So
the
so
first country to legalize it.
right, and
Fuck
so
yeah,
what the
love it.
problem is
Hookers.
here in America is we have this problem where men can't find anybody in their life, and that's it. I'm
It's
saying that,
everywhere, man. It's everywhere.
yeah,
It's
it's
because
everywhere. Oh yeah,
you
I
don't
totally
do
is.
you don't do what you do. You don't do what you're supposed to do. You're
Right.
supposed to be a man. You gotta work for it, man. And pussy that comes. No, I'm not trolling, bro. For real. I'm drunk.
Okay,
I'm honest. But listen, life goes in the circle you are choosing. I'm a homeless right now. Okay,
you are homeless.
addictive. Yeah, addictive. Look. I have fire going on here, and you see,
Yeah.
I'm fucking homeless, man.
Wow, homeless. It's sad.
Yeah, 24. No, it's not sad. I'm so happy. I'm so free, man. Fuck that shit. I'm so
Yeah,
happy.
you don't need to be if you're homeless. You have less when you have a big house and all this
Bro, it's now,
fancy
yeah.
stuff.
But now we're talking
You have
about bitches. Bro, listen. You want love, you gotta ask God for love. If you ask
right,
God one time that the love is gonna come for you,
right,
and you actually look for that and you God, and you do
right.
your thing, then she will be one in front of you tomorrow, man.
Yeah,
Maybe.
well, they
Who
say to
knows?
find women in well, our churches are really in America. Our churches are filled with old people and pre-selected.
You go to church, good, but
No,
you
I've
don't go
swung a
there.
church in the
Of
past. Not
course.
every
Why
week.
would you go? Listen, if I see a woman, I wanna take the closet off her. You know,
Right.
if it's a nice girl, no matter, like. But if you go to church, of course, it's another thing. You have respect, and you just do your thing.
Right.
You do you prayers, you love, but you talk and you communicate and you network with people. But drink some coffee and then but or in the start. But you
Well,
should never
the
go
whole
there to date, man. If you want to date, okay, dude.
yeah.
This is the worst thing you can do to your life. Sitting here streaming. This will destroy your life because you
Right, but
think
it's
you're
nighttime.
somebody.
Sir, it's
Find a
nighttime.
hobby and share with people in stream. If they can see you are actually enjoying it, and you have something you're learning and you're enjoying, yeah, they can feel that, and then they learn from that. But this is just talking, bro. This is just bullshit. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You're
What
just a
what
lonely idiot. But
okay.
but
Well, thank
I'm a lonely idiot too. We just like talking, but
well, I
like.
don't believe I'm not speaking on just behalf of me. What I'm talking about is even normal people that don't listen to this material, there is a huge problem with women and men connecting today is the
Uh,
problem. It's a major problem, and it's nothing
yeah,
like it used to be.
what are we connecting on? We all on the internet. This is
Connecting on
amazing. You see,
intimacy,
you're talking
friendship.
to me. I'm from Denmark, and you all over there in America.
Yeah.
That's
And I know it's similar in your
crazy.
country.
That's crazy. That's great.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to boot him. I'm just getting confused. I don't know. I'm not angry at him or anything like that, so I'm kicking him out. Um, I don't like to normally kick people out, but I'm just trying to make some sense here because he's saying that basically this is a fault of the person. Let's say you're a 30-year-old virgin or a 25-year-old virgin and you have never kissed a girl. Like even in my age, even in my era, a substandard guy could make out with the chick. He could kiss her, hold hands, that type of stuff. So this is going back to the 80s, early 90s, whatever. This stuff is really gone full circle now where you've got guys between 18 to 30 that haven't even held hands or kissed a girl. This is insanity. And I'm sorry I had to kick you out of here, but I don't think you're understanding. Um, and I don't know if I did the right thing doing this, but I can't keep somebody in here. Calling you an idiot was a total disrespect. Yeah, I thought it was. Um, I know Harden 9. I said, I didn't agree with him, but I loved Harden. I mean, he was not disrespectful to me, and I wasn't disrespectful to him. We disagreed on some things. Yeah, there are incel TFLers in Europe for sure. It's really sad. And I'm not upset with this guy. This guy was, it's just like he doesn't, his English wasn't real good communicable. I couldn't understand, like he couldn't express himself well enough, maybe, or maybe he does understand it and he just doesn't agree with the fact. I mean, I don't see anything even in Europe today. I mean, Europe is kind of becoming a third world hellhole, and if Europe is pretty much done, their energy supply is running out. So I got him in there, and that was good. He didn't whip his trouser mouse out in front of the screen or anything like that. He kept it civil, which is good. Yeah, I can't leave him in there. I can't have him like I hate to say this. I'm going to boot you, Bucko, but I almost had to do that. It was kind of weird. He says, "Thank you, Steve. Thank you for booting him." This guy says here's great point, Denmark, Andy. I do think people on the autistic slash Asperger spectrum will tend to be honest and straightforward versus being more fanciful and playful, which women respond to. Yeah, well, I do think that women can think it's cute if a guy, if there's not a over surplus of excess males. Because when I was younger, when there wasn't nearly as many excess males, you could see women thinking that's cute. But you can't, they don't do that anymore because we live in things are very sausage infested now. Most, I don't even say they're infested with more men, because I don't know any venues anymore that have more men, because single men just don't come out in public. He said on here, he said ESL cells can barely understand or speak English, yet they constantly have to call in to dominate conversations. Do they not have their own shows in their own countries? Yeah, I don't understand it. Why Europeans, like, you'll get these Europeans that speak English, and it's like, what's their story? Like, they'll be like, it'll be some Russian guy who lives in Siberia that speaks fairly good English, and he'll like, nobody in his whole entire village of 8,000 people or 500 people will speak English but him. So you're getting a bias right there. If you meet a person that's foreign that speaks English, that's bias right there. You're getting their biased opinion of something. Well, I can't have a guy that potentially, yeah, I'm gonna boot you, Bucko. It's like he's kicked some people out that he shouldn't have kicked out. He still hasn't come on my show yet, and I thought that's kind of interesting how Thomas, he has not come on my show yet. I don't know what else to say. 28 in this stream, no big deal. See if I can find another video to do. I'm going to boot myself out of the stream here. I'm going to see if I can find a video, and give me just about a minute. Oh no, I'll set this up for another time. I got to pre-plan these. I got to have like stream videos ready to stream. Hold on a second. Do. Wow, hold on a second. Yeah, he likes to do that, old Bucko. I got some good stuff. Hi, how are you? No, I'm not letting this do. This is not who I think it is it? If this is you, Bill, I need to see your face moving. So I don't know if this is Bill or not, but this guy's got Bill's face. No, this is definitely a troll. This is a troll. Okay, move your face. I want to see your face moving in the background. I'm about to boot out of here. Nope, it's just a troll. I'm kicking him out. I'm going to ban him from the studio. This is somebody that's going to do something I'm seeing. So I'm going to put, kick. I'm going to kick him out. Boom. It'd be nice to have Alex Dashboard on here, but I'd have to see who I'm dealing with because I don't know if it's really him or not. Yeah, that's sad about Stardusk. Yeah, anytime somebody, if somebody says they are somebody, and somebody had a certain person I know's face named Bill, and it was just a still picture. I said, "Well, move. I need to see the face moving in the camera to know it's you." Well, it's clearly not the person. Um, there's no way to prove that this. See, here's the problem with the accusation of Asperger's. It's always delivered by people in the internet. Nobody in the normie world does that. It seems like what people do on here is they are projecting what they represent. So they tend to be very self deprecating toward themselves. No, that was not Bill in the studio. That most certainly was not him. It was somebody that was ready to do something obscene as soon as I let them in there. I didn't ban them, I kicked them. So if they try to get back in again, I will have to ban them. Unfortunately, I don't know if I can block the audio video on here. 41 people in the chat here. Yeah, I had some other videos too I wanted to show. What I can do. There we go. Feel the fear, do it anyway. Let me see what else I can find in here. That was definitely not him. I had some stuff from Insomatics.
Okay, we are now live. Glass door, you know what I mean? It's like you can't like really get to them. Like they're so
No.
Okay. That's interesting. That's really interesting. Steve, I think that Bill was in the studio. I don't think it was him. I don't think that was him. I was laughing at this one. Okay, so I got this one in my. See if this one pulls up. Oh, it did. So I can add this to the stage. This is kind of neat. Too honest and direct does not work in most women. This was a old stream.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are live once again. Continuing our conversation from last time. I'm glad I've been. I'm glad I have the. We got the chance to speak once again with Jaded Creep here. Our conversation was cut short last time due to some technical difficulties from Jaded, and I believe I hope it doesn't happen again. I think you had some like audio issues with your mic or something.
If this phone when it starts to die, I'll let you know this time because I have to use this. So, anyways, it's charged. So.
Oh, so you're using your phone as a mic?
I have to right now. So if it cuts out, I'll let you know. But it's charged right now. So.
All right, good. Oh, so you're using your phone right now, right?
Yeah.
And First is already in here. He says, wait, how did you get him on? And I couldn't get him on Insomatics. I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. By the way, Jaded Creep, did you contact first? By the way, because he wanted to have you on his show.
I'll do it at some time or some point.
Of course, yeah.
Sorry,
first. I guess my show is kind of like it's not always about numbers. I don't know what to tell you, bro. It's not always about those numbers. Yeah. He says he contacted you.
Okay, I'll get back to him then. I'll get back to him.
Okay.
And then we'll set something up.
Right. So, anyways, good to have First in the chat as well, and I'm glad we could. I'm glad we had to. Can I please speak? Can I speak like a normal person? I'm glad we had the chance to continue our conversation here tonight. Before we go on, I would just like to go over some of the comments that we got on our previous conversation. I had a few things I wanted to say myself, but first I'm going to let you go ahead on what the thoughts that you shared with me just before we went live on one of the comments. So I'll just let you speak on that.
You want me to speak on it?
Yeah. I just
okay.
You could share what you shared with me.
I just wanted to. referring to one comment in particular where the individual was basically trying to refute or counteract what we were saying, and he was saying, "Oh, not everybody is a social butterfly naturally," and yada yada yada. And basically, what the impression I got was that deep down, I think, and I've been there before, we want the world to conform to us, and we want women and their behaviors insofar as attraction is concerned to conform to how we are, quote unquote, naturally, and that's just never going to happen. So, in a nutshell, I just wanted to say that, in general, the more extroverted social guy will usually or typically have more options than the stoic, quote unquote, introverted guy. That's just the way it is, and it's not going to change. So by me or you or whoever recommending to improve social skills or to get out there more, it's just, bettering people's odds. It's not going to be easy for a lot of people, and it certainly isn't for me, but that you have to accept the fact that being a quiet, introverted type of person or an independent kind of person, it's just not as socially desirable to females as the opposite of that. So I don't know. Just I wanted to stress that.
I can already hear a lot of them already like frothing at the mouth and typing like bashing their keyboards. They're gonna type in, well, the stoic silent type, if he's like a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10 Chad, he'll still have no problem. But I can already hear them like.
I wanted to talk about something kind of unrelated, and it's this obsession with height. As I said, I'm 6'3", and if anything, it's been an impediment because just let's be logical here for a minute. Most females sit around 5'7", 5'6". It's not comfortable for them to have to look up and try to make eye contact with somebody that towers over them. It's kind of intimidating, and it just doesn't make for easy, quick communication in terms of facial expression, body language. I've always found it like I don't understand. I'm going to say, when females refer to a tall guy, I think they're saying like, I'm going to put the limit at 6'2", and for shorter, we'll say like 5'5" or something. Anything under or above those, like it's like a threshold. It starts to.
Yeah.
So I don't agree with that. This height, like they're talking about these 6'6", 6'7". Where the hell are these giants? Like, what are they talking about? That's not normal. Like the average height of a male is 5'9", believe it or not.
I see. Yeah, I can definitely understand the whole if you become too tall, then it's
awkward.
It's awkward. You're awkward. You're lanky, and you kind of like become seen as a threat.
Mm-hmm. Just like some steroid freak or something. It's just like
some hormone freak.
Yeah.
Versus, but Machad PSL Maxilla. Can I just say something like this whole like PSL and Maxilla, like I don't even know what those means. And it's and to me it's kind of a bragging right that I don't even know. Like I hear these like lookism people throw around these like terms like Maxilla and PSL. I don't even know what these fucking mean, because like it's like to me it's just like. Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog says, "What the hell is PSL?" See, guys, even Sonic doesn't know what the hell's going on.
Don't bother looking it up because it's pointless dribble. Don't even bother. Fuck it. It's just a waste of time. I don't care what a maxilla is, and it's something to do with a jaw or something. But I could care less. It's stupidity. There's one fitness model that I.
Excuse me, just a second. You can keep talking. I'll be right back. I have to.
Some of these guys that these lookism proponents obsess over, like these Gymshark fitness model types. I think one guy's name is Jeff Seid, S-E-I-D. And I guess the guy's body's really, it's well developed. And I guess he's got a handsome face, but he's almost cartoonish looking. It's just like, I laughed when I saw him, and it's like, I don't see many guys looking like that. And I can't imagine a lot of women being attracted to a dude like that. It's like a high maintenance female.
Yeah, we kind of touched on this last episode. We talked about oh, excuse me, we're not even 15 minutes.
Oh, like I said, because I was was a
A lot of young meathead, like a lot of times, like they your thoughts.
Yeah, just before.
I was a completely different person. You get more excited by like
Hooked on someone. No, it's not. I took that certain substance and
to it, and I learned about the positive benefits of it through one of these seminars. So, and it worked.
right,
So
right,
that's all.
right. I totally agree. I totally agree with what you just said there. I completely agree. And with that being said, we have first you're on the show, but you're muted. I don't know if you're actually
No, I was just
there.
waiting for Jaded.
Okay, okay. There you go. Good to have you on, bro. Do you have
Yeah, always. Thanks
yeah,
for
of
doing.
course. Yeah, of course, of course,
What's
of
up?
course. If you have anything to add, we'll be happy to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, just before I add anything, I just want to say, Jaded, I messaged you on Discord. I want to have you as a guest on the Insomatics podcast because I can't get. That's the problem. If you guys are wondering where it's at, I really can't get guests. They keep bailing. They keep dropping out. It's funny to see people who have more availability or are total neats have less time to do a podcast than myself that works crazy amount of hours. So, but yeah, Jaded, I definitely messaged you on there.
Okay, we'll do it. We'll set something up.
All right, yeah, my name on there is first, same as this one, 8011.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
but you said something, Jaded, and I know you're in Canada, right?
Yep.
So the culture is kind of similar to America in a lot of ways. And you said you're going out, and the couples you're seeing, you're just getting like really frustrated with what you're seeing.
Yes.
That's exactly what I'm seeing. When I go out now I go out a lot. It's summer and stuff, at work or whatever. And the couples that I see, that people are getting together, if I was to come back with this and go back to the Black Pill community, they'd say, "Oh, you're coping. That doesn't exist." So if I go back with evidence I'm seeing in real life, I get gaslit in this community. So that's what's funny to me. Even when I know everything about these people, I know the guy's rich, I know the guy's broke, I know the guy's working a low-wage job, I know the guy, is kind of barely making it. The girl has more money than him. But if I come back with this in this community, we all get gaslit that we're not seeing reality as it is.
Yep. Exactly. It's kind of a slanted
go ahead.
view.
And what's annoying about these people first is that it's like, once again, yeah, you said you know them, and it's like they like a lot of these people. It's like, bro, like I said, do you even go outside? Because I go outside. When I say go outside, I'm not just trying to like make some like dick like, oh just touch grass, bro. That's not what I'm saying. Like I genuinely mean it. It's like, do you go outside? Like, do you go to your city square or your city center? But do you actually look at the people out there who are dating? Do you actually look at couples and see what the kind of people are? It's like, it's just observable reality, dude. It's like, but no, it's a lot easier to just like keep being on your Inkwell forums and like just like sharing memes back and forth.
The thing is that while it is it is real life events, it's still anecdotal experiences. It is still subjective experiences. Even though we have more of these than the neets that are basement dwellers that sit inside, smoke weed 24/7. They don't do anything. They just sit on Discord all day. Still, it's subjective. But I have the objective data. The objective data is that there's a lot less single females out there. I don't know if you've noticed this, Jaded, around you. Is every woman taken? Because around me, every woman is taken. But the guy that is she's taken with in a relationship, and and we have the whole numbers for that. We have the numbers.
You go to your city square or your city center, but do you actually look at the people out there who are dating? Do you actually look at couples and see what the kind of people are? It's like, it's just observable reality, dude. It's like, but no, it's a lot easier to just like keep being on your Inkwell forums and like just like sharing memes back
yeah.
and forth and back and forth.
The thing is that it is, while it is, you know, it is real life events, it's still anecdotal experiences. It is still subjective experiences. You know, even though we have more of these than the NEETs that are basement dwellers that sit inside, smoke weed 24/7. They don't do anything. They just sit on Discord. I have the objective data. The objective data is that there's a lot less single females out there. I don't know if you've noticed this, Jaded, around you. Is every woman taken? Because around me, every woman is taken. But the guy that is she's taken with in a relationship, it does not impress me. Basically, that's
exactly 100%, 100%.
And that's and we have the whole numbers for that. We have the numbers. That is we have a demographic decline. More single men cannot they cannot basically get a girlfriend because the population isn't growing at the bottom. This has never happened in human history before.
Yeah, that's a massive part of it. It's a demographic mess.
Yes, as you have a smaller generation, that means there's less and less consecutive amount of girls, you know, becoming 18 and becoming on a dating market. And guys date older guys date younger women, so it becomes an inverted pyramid, and that's what's going on. There's a lot less single women out there, and basically as we have a really bad situation where as the amount of single men increases, the amount of single women decreases. So it's a very nasty loop. I mean, China's facing this. In China, they're honest about this. It's talked about in the culture. But America, the West, these countries, we're sausage fest as well. Not as bad, but in some cities, just as bad, if not worse. But it's not talked about. If you bring this up, I've never seen more hostility. I've never seen more hostility even in a street fight than when I bring up the gender ratios. For some reason, that nobody wants to really touch the topic outside of the sphere. It's really triggering.
Not helping.
Yeah, you have all these factors. Immigration too to the West.
It's going to make things even harder.
Yeah, that's what's going on. Is objectively by the numbers, there's a lot less single women. When there's a less of an object, it gets overvalued, or it gets valued more, like gold. Gold was everywhere.
Yeah, what you're talking about is the macro, and it's fucked up for most guys on that level, and then it goes down to the personal with the other stuff we were talking about. But the demographic situation is an absolute mess right now, and just based on numbers, it's going to be a lot of single guys. It's hard, and every woman does seem to be taken. And the same experience, you see the guys they're with, and it's like, huh, man, what?
Right. Is First still there? First, I think he went to like answer something or somebody because when he was speaking, I kind of heard him. I kind of heard him cut off. I don't know if he went somewhere or went to speak with somebody. So, but yeah, I mean the what First is talking about this. Now, obviously, I don't have as much data as he seems to have on this, but I have also personally noticed that a lot of women around my age, especially every time I'm like attracted to somebody from like a personality and intelligence level, I'm like, wow, this girl, I can totally see myself be with her, and she's taken. Like it's always taken. Not only that, but when I meet the boyfriend, I am not impressed at all. I'm like this intelligent girl, like no virtue signaling, like obviously intelligent, like young woman. Like, what is she doing with this fucking meathead? Like a lot of times, like they date these fucking meatheads, and it's like
control.
Yeah, it's one of it could be that, and another thing I was gonna say, it's like it goes back to the whole left brain dominant problems. Like somebody like me, I'm so smart, blah 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 blah. Look at me, I'm so smart. Why is she dating this meathead? Yeah, because the meathead is in the moment.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Yeah, because the meathead is in the moment, and my left brain dominant ass, I'm gonna be salty as to why, that's the guy who's having like success in this field, and I'm the one constantly chugging down pint after pint after pint of cortisol.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Tim, I'm still here. Sorry. Like, if an alarm goes off on my iPhone, the audio gets totally cut off. Like, StreamYard
Yeah.
is just not good. I hate that you use this. I really hate it.
Yeah, I need to figure out how to use. I need to figure out how to stream through Discord, and the second I figured that out, StreamYard is history. Like, the only reason I use StreamYard is because it's like easy, and it's made me lazy. Like, it's made me too lazy to like not learn how to use Discord. I mean, we could like a later time. You can teach me how to like use Discord to stream. Just like do the same thing on Discord, but yeah, we were just talking on what you said there. Like, I made a video about this like before too. It's like I feel like every like young woman around my age that I like it interests me. It's like it's always taken by some like fucking meathead. So that's what we were saying first. Yeah.
And I think the boomers they didn't have to deal with this. There was just they walk outside and they just bump into some female their age, from a male's perspective. I don't think it was this mess they were dealing with at all. No way.
No way. No. It was certainly not that, and there was certainly demographics certainly played a role in that. I mean, like, and another thing being they weren't living in the age of social media and smartphones, so people had to interact with each other in the moment. People had like if you wanted to like make friends or go to shindigs or expand your social circle, you had to actually go out there in the real world. And all of these daily skirmishes, these daily social skirmishes that people had to participate in, one, it made it so that people had way better social skills than they have now, and two, people just generally met a lot more people, and three, the demographics was just so much better for the boomers. Like, they weren't living in this sausage fest, they weren't living in the sausage fest, so it was like certainly easier for them. The numbers were a lot more in their favor. Is basically what I'm trying to say. Excuse me. The numbers were a lot more in their favor.
Well, when you try to talk to a boomer, like they'll give you this advice, like another male that's older and that from that generation or whatever, and they're like, they almost act like you can just walk out and go to some social function or bar and pick a girl up off the fucking shelf like it's something you buy at the store or something. It's like, huh?
Yeah,
like
it's crazy. It's crazy. It's like they don't understand that. It's like,
no, they don't.
It's like do you even live in the same world as I do? Because I don't think you do. Like, I don't think, like, whatever conception you have of your own youth back when you were young, that doesn't exist for me.
Completely eradicated. That is turned on its head. So they don't realize it because they're always thinking from their experiences and perspective. But whatever they had at that time in terms of dating relationships is completely inverted now. That's my opinion.
Right. Yeah. I totally understand. But I don't know. I'm just trying to give like more airtime to First. I don't know if he has anything to add. I don't know if he's like talking and he doesn't know that he's muted, because he said he had some like problems with the StreamYard thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just checking if you're still there. I'm just checking if it's still like, if you're still there. Because if you're talking right now, we can't hear you. Yeah, I'm gonna assume he has like issues with StreamYard.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, StreamYard is pretty broken. I'm not gonna lie. Like, StreamYard is pretty broken. I need to figure out how to stream directly from like my Discord. That would be a lot better. But yeah, this is kind of awkward because like right now I don't really have. I guess I'll just read through chat.
Okay.
Dad I can't read. Fuck that. Tim, I disagree. The boomers and Gen Xers in my area are socially retarded. Okay. um, um, I don't know what to say to that. Pink Moon says, I'm frustrated with the situation and the modern society. I've turned, uh, and in the modern society, I've turned to alcohol. I wouldn't recommend that, but yeah, you do you, I guess. Um, Once again, first, I don't know if first is still here. Yeah, we're still waiting on you. I mean, we can't hear you. Just so you know, if you're speaking, we can't hear you. Yeah. Let me go back a little bit more. Yeah. Somebody says something that I think it's worth noting.
Mhm.
Fan made trailer mash guy says, every woman has a boyfriend or wants to stay single. Every guy is an incel. I'm glad you brought that up because it's like,
Kinda, yeah.
yeah, exactly. It's like a lot of like these girls in their like, and these aren't like older women. These are like young women. These are like
Mhm.
young girls and young women in their 20s and early 30s who like seem absolutely asexual. Like it seems like you're talking with Catholic nuns or something. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah,
they don't
that's
even
it.
like you don't even get the vibe that they're even like interested in having a like relationship. You know what I mean?
They just might be on the pill. I mean, that's another thing that I think needs to be studied more, the long-term effects of that and the effect, because
But
it's such a
even if they are on the pill, wouldn't that indicate that okay, if they're on the pill, they're
Mhm.
having casual sexual interactions with somebody, right?
It's
Because
almost like a lot of them take it as like a rite of passage, and it's like you throw
so
that
a lot of
in.
them just take it, like they don't even in a relationship, they just take it.
Well, for my headaches, my ex, oh, for my migraines, my this, and her mood was all over the goddamn place. It's just like she's into you, she's not into you, and then there's so many that take that goddamn pill, and it's just it messes with natural the natural order of things for the female, the female body. It's just like you can't just assume that you can stop that reproductive cycle or whatever, and then everything's going to be okay. It's got to have massive effects. But I mean, that's a completely different topic. But I think if they study it more and long term, they follow females when they start taking it into adulthood, they find a lot of weird shit going on because it flips the attraction receptors. And when they're on that pill, it makes them want, for lack of a better descriptors, like oofy doofies, kind of like they don't want that quote unquote classically masculine looking guy. That's pretty crazy.
Right. Yeah, right. And another thing, I was so first of all, that's I feel very ignorant right now because I didn't know about the whole like I didn't know that you could take the pill to deal with I don't know like headache or something like that.
Yep.
I thought the only use of the pill was to not get knocked up.
No.
So that was that's what I was that's what it was weird. That's why it was weird for me because I was assuming okay if you're taking the pill that means that you're having like intercourse with somebody, right? But that's like again that's not what I see. So the pill thing, I'm glad that I have more knowledge on it now.
Well, they
But
don't want to. Sorry, I'm just going to say quickly. A lot of the females, they want to avoid that part of their cycle, the negative, the drawbacks, the natural drawbacks of when that's occurring in their body. It causes a lot of what they view as problems, even though it's nature. So it's like, yeah, a lot of it has to do with not wanting to get pregnant, but there's other, like they literally just don't want to have to go through have their bodies go through that process, that rhythm.
I see. That's very that's I don't know why I never thought about it that way. I don't know why I never thought about it that way. Like I feel ignorant. I feel ignorant that
Generally, you're right. It is. I mean, I'm assuming a large portion, or if not the majority, take it because they're they don't want to get pregnant. But I
but
learned
that's
that from.
definitely a thing too. I could definitely see that's a
Mhm.
thing too. Yeah. But the answer I was gonna give was aside from the pill answer, I was gonna say it's like imagine if you like try to put yourself in the shoes of a woman. Like let's imagine you're teleported to an alternative universe, and in this universe, guys are in short supply, and girls just can't wait to get some guy action. You know what I mean? Like you go on social media, there's just like dozens upon dozens upon dozens of girls trying to message you. You go out in the street, the girls approaching you, girls constantly wanting to like be with you, getting your pants, blah blah blah. So it's like I could easily see myself like becoming bored, and it's like kind of like the allure of being with a girl would lose. Like it would, like the idea of being with a girl or in a relationship would lose its allure for me.
That's exactly another part of it. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So I can totally like. Is that empathize or sympathize? What's the correct term here? I don't really know. But when I put myself in the shoes, I guess empathize. When I put myself in the shoes of a woman and I see things from their perspective, yeah, I can totally understand why a lot of them, they just don't want the relationship because it's just so abundant to them, and when it's so abundant, like it loses its allure. It's just like they're not even interested.
And also, they have their sex drive. Unlike as we discussed there with Gil Martin's book about females and differences between males and females, their drive to be with a dude is less powerful. So you put that together, those two things together, and it makes sense.
Right. Yeah. I just a quick side thing. I don't know what happened first. I don't know if he's still like there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he's like AFK or something. I don't know what's happening to him. But first, we still can't hear you. just so you know. I mean, it says it's muted on your end.
Jim, I'm still here. I just
you cut off again. I heard you that you're still there, but you cut off again. I'm just gonna say, like, I want to give you some airtime. I mean, I want you to I want to hear you speak, but just let me know if you want to speak. I want to give you some airtime. I'm just kind of because personally, I'm like right now I'm out of things I want to discuss. I'm just going through the chat, but yeah, and Jaded Creep, if you have something to add, I mean, we're kind of in the last 30 minutes of our stream.
Okay.
I'm just going through the chat at this point.
If you find some comment that piques your interest, we'll just discuss that for now, and maybe something will come to mind, like something else I want to talk about.
Yeah, of course. That's what I'm trying to do too. Like if I see a comment that piques my interest, that's what I'm trying to do. Yeah. Somebody says the Pink Moon says they have a pill for men now. It kills sperm cells and makes you temporarily infertile. I've heard they've been working on a pill like that. I just don't know if it's like out in the markets now. I don't know. I don't know if it's something you can buy now and use. And I would be very interested to like regardless of whether this pill is out in the markets or not, if it comes out, when it comes out, I would be very interested to wait and see after a good while when men start using it, what's going to be the side effects of that pill for men, and just how the pill for women has its side effects. I'm wondering what's going to be the side effects of that for men.
It's just these what we're talking about now with the demographics and all these chemicals, and it's just so messed up. Like things are they're just weird. Like it's just there's nothing natural to any of this. Even with the social media and the people not
social media is I'm sorry I'm cutting you off, but in my opinion, social media is the worst of it all. Like it's my most dreaded, hated thing. But god damn it, they introduced it into society. I fucking hate it. And it messes with females.
It messes with females that much more than men, in my opinion, because of they're the way they are naturally. So it's a psychological thing, but yeah, it's a huge factor, a negative.
Right, right.
in this area.
Yeah,
Like,
and like the chemicals thing is just like, yeah, the pill thing. The pill, I can totally understand that. It's like it could be fucking with people. I don't know if you ever were a follower of Monday FA Monday when he was still active on here on YouTube.
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know if you.
I liked them. Yeah.
Yeah, I liked him as well. One thing he mentioned about the pill was that another thing it does is uh, apparently a lot of times, like human beings, like human beings have a scent,
Mhm.
and people can get attracted to each other very strongly, like on a very primal level, based
Yep.
on their scent. So if someone's
Mm.
scent, if somebody's scent smells good to you, that's an indicator that you and them are gonna produce good offspring.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. So like, and what he was saying that he found like through some research, like he was like reading off some research that it was that this pill really messes up the whole scent detection thing.
I didn't
Like the
even know
whole
that, and that's exactly kind of what I was alluding to. There's got to be more. I didn't even know. That's crazy. So there you go. This
Yeah,
this pill I think it does a lot of damage to the natural order of things in terms of attraction. I think that's crazy.
that it is crazy.
Yeah,
And
but if you look at the
what
pill, the pill's only used as a contraceptive 25% of the time. It's quickly being kind of pushed out. You can look up the Planned Parenthood statistics, since they're the number one provider of birth control in America, and they release all their data publicly because they're partially publicly funded. And birth control is only 25%. The rest are different methods.
Oh,
I mean, the pill is so. Again, yeah, Tim,
you cut off again. You were just about to tell me something and you cut off. I apologize first. I promise next time I'm not gonna be using StreamYard anymore, because it's a shame that I.
well, I
it's
mean,
a
do you
shame.
know how to use StreamYard? I left chats that said I would be BRB. So
I only know how to use StreamYard, but I'm gonna figure out how to use the Discord. Just stream through Discord, so we don't have to deal with the StreamYard bullshit. But what I was gonna say was, when Monday FA mentioned the whole scent thing, that once again it's like human beings like naturally, like very instinctively, can, if they pick up like each other's scent, and there's a strong attraction there, and that's because the scent indicates to the two people that's like their offspring is going to be a healthy offspring.
yeah.
And he was talking about it because I think he was reading some article on one of the big reasons why there's a lot of divorce, and why a lot of women divorce their husbands. And
I agree with that.
yeah, if memory serves me right, was one of the reasons that women divorced their husbands was because when they met their husbands, and when they were attracted, when they first got attracted to their husbands as boyfriends, and they started to get into this relationship with them, they were on the pill. Like they were on the pill when they first met this person.
I
And
suspect
once
this is what happened to me.
I'm sorry, I'm just gonna finish this. And once they got married and moved in together, and then the woman was like, "Oh, okay, now I'm married. I can get off this pill. I'm like comfortable now." It's when after she gets, after when they get off the pill, when their natural state kicks back in, and their brain is suddenly like, "I don't like the scent of this guy that I just married. Like I don't like him. I'm not attracted to this guy. Like my normal state is telling me I'm not attracted to this guy." So then they end up divorcing.
I think that I think the inverse is what happened to me. I suspect that because she had gotten on it while we were together, and then all of a sudden, everything was like different. It was like
Really?
night and day. I'm not saying I can prove that, but I know she was messing with the pill and then SSRIs or whatever, and something just switched. It was like everything's okay, and then everything's not okay. So I don't know. It was kind of an extreme. It's something that I consider, and maybe that's what happened.
Might be, very well might be, somebody. Hold on, let me find this again. I just missed it. Somebody says, Tim, are you Yuri from Modern Warfare 3? Strangely enough, I remember Yuri from Modern Warfare 3, and I don't know if I sound like him. Please let me know if you think I don't know. I don't think I sound like Yuri from Modern Warfare 3, but I don't know. Moving on. Somebody says Pigmoon says first, but that's 25% of pill users is concentrated in the lower age groups under 30s. Okay. Where's Dashboard at? I think Dashboard is actually streaming. I think. Hold on, let me check. Oh yeah, he was streaming like 40 minutes ago. Yeah, he was streaming, but I guess he stopped. Oh yeah, here comes the fucking Dashboard gang. I see the Dashboard gang. Yeah, his. Oh man. Creep, we have the Dashboard gang in our chat. We're being rated by the Dashboard audience.
Yeah, for sorry.
Oh Jesus. Yeah. But what were we talking about? Yeah, the pill. Yeah, and then I was just like reading the chat. So we have white computer power. We have
for the Pink Moon, go look Planned Parenthood published their data for 2020. You can go download it as a PDF, and it says they say the age and they say the birth control usage. If you don't believe me, go there and look at the stats. You know.
Right. So we have a lot of worms in the chat. I mean, if you're a true Dashboard follower, you'll understand that reference. So
the number one provable thing in this scenario is just that there's a lot less women to go around. I mean, It's unprecedented too. It's never been in human history where people have just one kid. When you have just one kid, it's going to be like 65% male. That we put that in the online dating documentary. It's there. I mean, you can see the citation, and that people never had just one kid, except in like a modern Western / Chinese dystopia. That was never the case ever. So now you're wondering where all these males are coming from. Is people are choosing to have one kid. When you have only one kid, it's more likely to be a male. It only evens out as you have more kids.
Yep.
Also, if a mother goes through traumatic times like starvation, stuff like that, it also induces her to produce more females than males, because those are kind of like they're basically guaranteed to reproduce. Whereas in like billionaires, if you look at billionaires like Elon Musk and everybody, they tend to have more sons.
Yeah, fascinating.
Yeah, the sausage fest, man. I don't know. Like, I wish there was a way to tilt the fucking gender balance, because this is insane. Like,
it's just dudes everywhere.
It's just dudes everywhere, bro. I'm sick and tired of the dick energy. Everywhere I turn, it's just dick energy.
Desperate dick energy.
Just desperate dick and like I'm sick. Like, I feel like I'm washing my face with like excess testosterone and jizz coming from everywhere. Like, it's like I feel like I just walk in the world. I just go out into the city, and there's just like a bunch of like jizz sacks everywhere. Just like jizz sacks over here, jizz sacks over here, there, like everywhere, jizz sack. Like, just sick of the scrotal sacks, man. Just like an overload of scrotal sacks. Like, I'm just sick of the male energy. I'm just so sick of it. It's just. I'm sorry, I'm ranting at this point, but you get the point. You get the picture.
It's anything Western or even in like Chinese society, it's completely imbalanced. And then over here, you throw in all these other factors that we're talking about. And
at least they talk about it, Jaded. But the Chinese, they actively talk about it. But here, it's unbalanced as well. But it's not a mention. And if you do mention it, you get such, especially in this community, there's so much hostilic pushback to it. That makes no sense. I wonder why. It's very strange.
You're right. It is that way. It is strange. It's kind of, I don't know. It's almost like controlled in a way, how people react to this sort of thing. I don't know what the resistance is to it, discussing it, but there is a resistance.
Like here's a conspiracy theory I just came up on the spot here. like I feel like this push that we're having, like this like new like space age push from like all these billionaires like Musk and Bezos.
Mhm.
I think it's an elaborate plan by all the elites around the globe to create a new frontier to send off all the excess men off planets. I think that's what it is. I think we're gonna like. I think space is gonna become the new frontier. So we're gonna send a lot of excess men just out in outer space.
Send them
This
to
is the
Mars.
goal. What? What do you say?
Send them to Mars.
Yeah, just send them to Mars. Just send all these fucking excess dudes to Mars. Just get the fuck out of here.
I'll take the moon. There's some stuff up there I want to explore, maybe, but I don't know. Mars seems pretty cool.
Dude, just I don't know what to say, man. The dick energy, the scrotal sack energy. I'm just so sick of it. I'm so sick of
Yeah,
it.
but that is the micro, that is the macro aspect to it. Jaded, I think, like you wanted to talk about the micro aspect and like in your own environments.
Yeah, the macro is definitely like, I think a lot of guys have to accept that it's just broken at that level to begin with for most guys, and then with a lot of us types of guys that are, you know, these whatever incel, TFL, whatever you want to call it, it's we have the personal problems, if you want to call them that, communication issues, yada yada yada, social issues, and then it just compounds everything. So it's like just realizing that it's broken at the macro level. It kind of it takes some of that weight off of people that just want to blame themselves all the time. It's because of me.
Yeah. So what's the direct reflection of the macro in dating? It's online dating, because online dating encompasses kind of everybody. It's a low barrier to entry. It's global. It's, you know, it is your locality, but it's like it's everybody from that. You're sampling the general population, and that's what you not want to do. When the macro is broken, and the only solution is found in micro solutions, which is going to different environments and seeing if they're much better. If you're working at a place and you notice that every woman's taken, there's more men working there than a woman, that's not a good place. That's not a good place to be.
Exactly.
You know, there's a reason why high school and middle school was, and at these places, they were the best places for people to pair up, is because they were gender balanced. People weren't jaded yet by relationships. People were young, you know, and you spent a lot of time with each other in these classrooms. So there was, you got familiar, and, you know, a woman's attraction supposedly matters a lot through just being near and being familiar.
Yep.
You know, they don't want strange men just approaching them out of the fucking blue.
Exactly.
Yeah, which just ruins everything for everybody. Yeah, but the thing is you're going to find less and less of these environments. Every place you're going to go is going to be sausage fest after sausage fest. That's just because of how the demographics are. And unfortunately, we can never have a rational conversation about this anywhere, not even in the black pill sphere, because they've really missed the forest from the trees on this.
Big time.
Yeah. Once again, the lookism people, like the people who just cling on to lookism. I mean, it's when you were saying like you can't have a conversation about this. When you were saying you can't have a conversation about this, I was like, yeah, he's talking about like in real life. He's talking about in real life, right? And then you said no, not even in this community. I was like, damn, you're right. Like I never thought about it that way.
It's easier to have it in real life with normies than in this community.
That
That's
is-
what's
that
sad.
is
That's
true,
why
honestly.
that's why I barely touch the Discord. I don't want to associate with most people in this sphere. There's if I associate, you already know who you are, like that. If I respect you, if we have a mutual understanding, and, you know, I'll reach out to those people. There are great people in this sphere, you know, like you guys, but generally you have a lot of just people that are mentally ill. A lot of people would have been incel in the 50s. Like, that's the thing. We got to separate this line. There's guys that are incel as a result of the modern demographic scenario, the modern rising standards, and there's guys that would have been incel anyways. So
Definitely.
yeah, I think we have to make a clear distinction, because I see a lot. Again, if you're in need, if you have mental illness, if you have these mental proclivities that just you would have struggled anyways, you would have been homeless anyways. Like back in these, it's not right that that is that way. Yes, you are suffering, but still, that's the difference. There's a different strategy to employ where you are on the spectrum. The inceldom is a very spectrum. It's like autism, you know. Inceldom is a spectrum. You lie in certain sectors. Some people are gonna have an easier time of exiting, some are not. But I think the greatest crucial thing is just the time pill, the age pill. As you get older, it's gonna get harder. More and more women around you are gonna start having kids. yes, not a lot of them will have kids, but you'll have a lot more single mothers on the market. You'll have a lot more jaded women on the market. You won't have a lot of single women on the market. Like, seriously, once you turn 18, it's go time. Like, you should be focused not only on your studies, but you should be also focused on fixing the situation. And a lot of guys, I'm going to study all the way to a PhD, or I'm going to do this, and then I'll date at 25, or then I'll date at 26. Like, it's just you just ruin your life. You just ruin your life, because the time window to succeed is so short. Like, you basically have to have your social life already developing at 16. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. It's sink or swim.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree 100%.
Oh boy.
Putting this shit off, like you're saying, I want to put my life on hold and establish myself and wait till yada yada. It doesn't work. It just doesn't work.
Especially if you're like cutting yourself off from all sorts of socializing. It's like, again, dude, this goes back to the whole like left brain dominant type of thinking. It's like they're not thinking in terms of like, oh, I have to be emotional, I have to make connections with people. No, they think somehow life is
they're they're basically autistic. They can't they shouldn't. I mean, for the benefit of humanity, you shouldn't reproduce. Like, that is corrective. I mean, autistic people are very. Here's the thing. Autistic people have misery in interacting with general society, and general society has misery interacting with them. And in the 1980s, Reagan, he deinstitutionalized a lot of mentally ill people, and the mentally ill woman went out to reproduce, and now we're dealing with that situation. I mean, why do you want people that are going to suffer? If you already have all these issues, why do you want to carry that burden to a son potentially? It's just so. It's so silly to me. But what you guys were talking about earlier, and someone was criticizing that, be in the moment. Be in the moment. It's not going to fix everything for you. There's more important things that can, like, your looks, money, and status is going to help you much more than being in the moment. But being in the moment is a crucial part. It can kill you, but it can't save you. But it can certainly kill you. If you have all the
we're not denying that. We are not denying that. Yeah, of course.
You have to, like, it's just all black and white, low 80 IQ, low double-digit IQ in a lot of in the sphere. A lot of people. There's a lot of people that are incel because, like, they would be the village idiot back in, like, the medieval times, which is just too retarded to do anything, and they would end up incel. Like, there's a lot of those people too out here that, we got to separate. We got to separate people in the spectrum. It's like, okay, where do you stand on this inceldom spectrum, and what can you do? Because there's different things one needs to do, and you need to have everything in check nowadays because of the competition. Because, again, there's less women, they're highly valued, there's more men, so the value of men goes down, the value of women goes up. So what do you need to do is not have you not only do you have to have everything else in check, but that what you guys are saying, being in the moment, that's very important too. You have to have that as well. You cannot afford to not have that. You have to have everything in check. Mm-hmm. And these guys like to focus on one approach and not focus on anything else.
It's very painful when you actually understand again, multifactorial process, when you realize, like you said, you have to have all your ducks in a row, and it's kind of like, it's like, damn, man, it's like, I got a lot of work to do. So it's easier to just, it's looks, it's more, I guess maybe it's not as painful for them. I've got to get plastic surgery, then everything will be okay. It's just about looks. But when you have to accept this idea that you have a lot of things not going for you besides looks, then it's kind of like, it's a bit depressing at first, but I think in the end, it's better to be realistic or objective and just accept the way things are. And if you want to try to improve yourself, then, you'll know what to do. It's not about a nose job.
For some people, it is a nose job. But the people that need plastic surgery, supposedly they never go get it, which is really strange. I know it's a cost issue.
Thing. It's a lot of LARPing. It's a lot of LARPing.
I mean, I think as it develops, it's going to help a lot. The thing is America's. It's hard to get in America because why is Korea number one in plastic surgery? It's because they work on the same phenotype over and over and over and over again. When you have a mismatch of phenotypes like you do in America, it's a mess. That's why you have so many botched surgeries. That's why you have so many issues. Is because you're not working on a homogeneous population. You're working on, okay, a Mediterranean guy, and then you're working on the Asian guy, South Asian guy. Then you're working on Anglo-Saxon. Like there's all these different nuances. But the Koreans are keep working on Korean. So they're getting better and better at their industry.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it can definitely help a lot of people. If you're a 4, that is going to be your main issue. But a lot of guys it's just surprising to me. There's even a meme called like Chads.co, because a lot of people that revealed their picture, it's not their looks, it's other factors, and you have to take that into account. And what's a lot of funny people, even the 4s and the subhuman part or whatever. I don't like calling it that. That's kind of degrading. But the people that are below average in looks and struggle in that sphere.
Right. I think
They ignored the fact that they want to say, oh, it's only because of my looks. No, it's like if you're in need, if you have terrible hygiene, those factors too. Just it's not all your looks. Maybe you are a pretty terrible person to socialize with. It's not only they want to exclusively blame it on one issue. They can't handle a multipolar, multidimensional, multifactorial, situation. No, it's like you have to have everything in check. It's all or nothing theory. I mean, at this point, because of how competitive it's getting. It's not that we're not black pilled. It's just like you other people aren't black pilled enough, because we're saying that every little thing matters. That's how hard the market is. If you want to get into a relationship with the opposite sex, that's what we're saying. But of course, for us, of course. For the I guess, because if you look at like I think looks kind of would go on a normal distribution that's kind of been understood for a while, and most people are going to be somewhere in the middle, and that's the couples I see. I don't see like complete true cells out there. The true cell is rare as the Chad, but it's funny to me. They focus on two extremes that does not consider the whole bulk of the population.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, right. Once again, it's I hear you what you're saying there. Like I hear what you're saying, and once again, it's the whole.
And Tim, if they really believe what they said, if they would come on here, because they have the time. They have.
Exactly.
If I'm confident in this, because I've done the research, I've listened to the people I need to listen to. I've listened to Manosphere 5 years before saying anything. I've listened to I told the same thing to Steve Hoka.
Oh, yeah. You cut out again, just so you know. You just cut out. I need to start. I need to stop using StreamYard, people. I apologize. StreamYard is going into the trash bin after this one. I'm definitely not streaming again before I figure out how to not stream in an alternative way. But what First says is completely correct, and I agree with them as well. And we even had an example of this early in the stream when Medican was cope spamming in the chat, like Jaded Creep and we were discussing, and Medican was cope spamming in the chat, and I said, okay, you can come on here and we can talk about this. We can discuss this, and just like totally unwilling.
Yeah, and it's disappointing. It's every time I see it, it's disappointing. But what can you expect? You have to have low expectations.
Right. It's what it is. It's what it is. And finishing off that point with the whole like everything you just said there first when you were like going on your when you were like speaking, it is a multifactorial problem. It's like there's tiny factors and there's big factors, but it's not one thing. And a lot of people when they say, oh, you're coping if you think it's like vibes, or you're coping if you think it's social media, or you're coping if you think it's demographics, this, that, or the other. No, you're coping. It's looks. It's like, no, I think you're coping. Like you're coping.
Those people do not have the cognitive ability to ascertain to like the multi-dimensional ways. They just don't have the cognitive ability. That's why, and they get very confident in saying that.
It's like they're either just not intelligent enough, like you said, or they just don't want to believe that it's a multifactorial thing, and they don't want to, like, it's like the idea that it's a multifactorial thing and there's a lot of stuff that they have to actively work on is just too harsh for them. They just can't accept it. So it's a lot easier for them to cope with the fact that saying, oh, it's all looks, and looks is something that I can change, and it's all just like looks, so I'm not going to even bother. And not only that, it's like, listen, if that is your mentality, fine. You know what? Like, because listen, I understand it, dude. Like, I'm not. If you're the kind of person who has decided, you know what, this shit is not worth the effort for me. Like all the bullshit I have to deal with, all the things I have to do, like everything that First just talked about here. If you're thinking to yourself that all of this is too much for me and I'm not going to bother, I'm going to be way more happier if I just like live at peace and be at peace with myself, dude, I respect that. Okay, like if that's what you're going to do, I respect that. But then don't go on other people, like don't go into other circles of people who are actually trying to like get some action, who are trying to get some tail, and just because you've given up, because if you're truly happy with your decisions, you wouldn't be going to like other people's channel, like on the Insomatics channel or on some other person's channel, just like cope spamming.
It's projection. I mean? It's projection.
It's
because
projection.
They have 0 chance, and we have like 20 chance or 10% chance. You know, they project that, oh, everyone must be a grotesque subhuman. Everybody must be a mentally ill. Like they project their scenario, which no, it's a spectrum. Some people will have it easier, and that is life, and we have to deal with that at this point. You know, it is getting worse, and it's not a justice system at all. It's not, you know, it's not ethical, but it is what it is. And yeah, I do think that people who are totally given up, who are just like their skin is attached to the couch, and you know they're just needing it. Yeah, they're projecting their situation on everybody else.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. We have Based and LMS in the chat. He says 6th stream, and the rest of it isn't with me. But yeah, I appreciate it. Based and LMS, formerly known as Black Belt 2021, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't know why he changed his channel name. Because I wasn't following his channel all the time, so I don't know why the name change happened. But for the longest time, I didn't realize that Based in LMS was Black Pill 2021. It was after I clicked on his username that I realized, oh, I've watched these videos. Oh, he changed his channel name. It totally confused me. I don't know why that happened, but good to have you in the chat. Gentlemen, I feel like I have pretty much run out of the things that I wanted to discuss. I think we had a full conversation, so I'm just going to leave the stage to you guys. If you guys have anything more you want to discuss, the stage is for you to take over. Jaded Creep or First, if you have anything you want to say.
I got to get out of here in a few minutes, but I think for now I don't really have much to say, but I'll get back to First. I'll get back to First, and then we can do an Insomatics.
That would be absolutely interesting. I want to watch that. I hope the time zones favor me in a way that I'm gonna be there in the chat when it happens live. I would like to watch that live. So yeah, I hope that happens. I hope that happens, and I would love to see you once again active on your channel, Jaded Creep. I don't know if you have any plans on reviving your channel.
I think I don't know. The only idea I had was to maybe just kind of pour over like research and like just studies and stuff in this area. Like, you know, I don't see too many people. I mean, First does that, but that's probably the only way I would go, I guess. I just think I got to a point where I get what's going on with attraction, and it's just kind of like you got to like put it all together. People have to put it together themselves, and you start to see, you get a clearer picture of it. It's just a bunch of little issues, and you know, the more things you have going for you, the better.
Right. Exactly. I understand. And how about you, First? Do you have anything? If you don't have anything else to add, we can call it the night here.
No, it's like whenever I have the time to talk, everybody seems to leave. It's very interesting. Very interesting.
You're talking about the people in the chat or the or me ending the stream right now? I'm kind of I'm a little slow on that.
Yeah, it's always an interesting coincidence.
No, I mean we're not. I mean I'm still going. Like we still have time. That's why I'm like letting you take over this. I mean, if you have stuff to talk about, we can like stay here for like another hour. I'm just saying I'm out of things to say. So like if you have stuff you want to share, we can still stream. So I'm letting you speak. It's like, I mean, the stage is yours, bro. You can speak.
Yeah, Jada, do you have a lot of like ethnic minorities in your area?
Oh yeah.
Which
Big time.
which types?
There's a lot of Middle Eastern, I'd say, and there's a lot of Indian.
Do they have a harder or easier time pairing up?
I mean, believe it or not, I see. I forget who I talked to about this, but I see Indian males dating or paired up with Caucasian females more than I do. You know, I don't see as many of them dating their own women in this area. It's kind of weird.
That's crazy. Yeah.
And you.
It's
and
almost
you
like they like the. I know Dashboard calls them the Pajeets, but it's kind of I see that. And where I work, it's like I'm exposed to it like big time. So it's like I see a lot of young people and a lot of Indian males, and I see them more with white females than I do with Indian females. I don't even see many Indian females around.
What do you think is causing that?
I think social, like I don't want to use, I don't know if social engineering is the right term, but they condition females here to be kind of like, you know, they want to have this mindset of being worldly, open to other cultures. It's almost like they kind of they've been pushing young females to kind of, I'm not saying exclusively date outside of their race, but they're sure as hell of a lot more open to it than a lot of other cultures. It seems like a lot of other races or whatever are more like the females are a little more, in quotes, loyal to their own men. And I think it's just social conditioning. It's just the system that we live in. It's this, you know, diverse kind of, and I think females, because they're socially astute, they kind of just go with that. You know what I mean? They just adapt to what is considered. I mean, I don't know if what I said makes that much sense, but it's just an idea I have.
No, so I don't have those. Those are like they're not the bulk, but I see with the Hispanic community, they do not have like the same issue as the white community.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's almost like the men are immune to this. Not everyone, but a lot of them are, and it really says something about culture and traditionalism and identity.
Exactly. Yeah. And the women here, the females here, it's just there's this mindset. I think it's instilled in them to be multicultural, and you know, these other races are exotic. I'm not saying they're told to hate their own race, but it's kind of like there is some element to that in the West. It's almost like it's a bit of a negative spin on like Western culture, and it's I don't know. It's kind of like they think it's spicier on the other end or something, or more intriguing, or.
Yeah, that's I kind of understand what you're getting at, Jaded Creep. Is that yeah, it's like you feel like if the only candy you've ever had in your life was the peppermint,
Mm-hmm.
and then all of a sudden a new candy man shows up in town with all these like sorts of like new different, all these like new flavors of candy. Of course, a lot of people are gonna be more inclined to try the new stuff, not
Mm-hmm.
because they necessarily have something against peppermint candy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I understand what you're trying to get at there. I understand what you're trying to get at. But
I think it's conditioning over time.
But yeah, first, are you still there?
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's been a whole like JBW narrative, and at this point, I think it's people who are here to derail this whole conversation because it's been spammed so much. And there's a guy that's kind of talking good things about it. I mean, kind of disproving it. Called Nuclear Redfield, and he's in the UK, which is probably the most affected country by these issues. So yeah,
Oh.
I mean,
Where does he stand exactly on all of this, Nuclear Redfield?
he has like diverse views. You'd have to really look at his channel. I mean, to summarize it, he says the UK is the worst. I agree with him, and he doesn't think JBW is real. He used to believe in it. That's what the thing is. He changes his mind a lot. So and he does believe in oofy doofy. I think that's I used to like I had the same path when I was younger. I used to be more into the PSL whatever stuff, and then you get out in the world and you see the couples, you see everything, and you know it's right there in front of you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the JBW is a load of shit. I'm not seeing that. I really am not. So like,
one thing. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm done. I was just saying I don't.
Yeah,
see
I was just gonna say one explanation that I thought of about JBW, which might be one of the explanations that's already out there. I don't know if this explanation is already out there, but it's something that I think one of the reasons this JBW thing is so like spammed all the time, and if you pay attention, like a lot of the people who keep pushing this JBW thing are like non-white TFLers. So like, what I think is like I think it is some sort of like insecurity. I don't know, like being insecure with your own like ethnicity, and it's like because it's a lot of times it's not white TFLers pushing this JBW thing; it's non-white TFLers, and I think it's
there's some white ones that cope with it, but they never follow through. They never follow through with,
there are,
you know.
Okay, but what I was gonna say is like mostly it's like people like Face and LMS and people like Incel TV, like maybe I'm not trying to be mean, like I'm not trying to like cause a flame war, like I genuinely mean it, like I'm not trying to like be a dick, like I feel it's just that there's a lot of people who are self-loathing, like non-white people who like it's like something they can't have, it's something they are not, so they elevate it to some like in their minds it's elevated to some godhood level thing, you know what I mean? But it's like it's
and
really
I'm not surprised. You got a British guy that's, you know, he's Jamaican based, or that's his origin, and he's in the majority white country, and then you have Incel TV, which is an Arab guy, might be a Syrian refugee or something.
He's Turkish,
Germany.
I think he's Turkish from what I've understand, and
you can tell by the mush mouth accent and everything. He definitely is not a natural resident of the country he resides in.
Well, obviously from the accent. Honestly, his accent always throws me off. Like initially when I first saw him, I thought he's Indian, but I don't know. Like he has a very unique accent. I can't tell where that accent is from. I cannot tell where that accent's from.
Caucasus.
Sounds like an Arab in Germany. That's what it sounds like.
That's what it sounds like, I guess, as well. Which once again goes to kind of support this narrative of like, I feel like every TFLer, there's this metaphor. I don't know who said it first. I don't know who created this metaphor, and I don't know where it's from. But the metaphor it's called something along the lines of the missing tile syndrome, something like that. So it's like you walk into a bathroom, you park your ass on the toilet, you're taking a nice dump, and you're just kind of bored. You're looking at the walls, you're looking at the ceiling, and you notice that the walls and the ceiling, they're like covered with tiles, and there's one tile missing. Your brain will automatically like hyper focus on that missing tile. It's like it doesn't matter that all the walls have all the tiles, all the ceilings have all the tiles. Your brain constantly focuses on that one missing tile. You see what I'm trying to get at? Mm-hmm. So a lot of times you have these non-white TFLers who constantly focus on JBW, because it's the one thing they can't like be. It's the one thing they can't have. And on the other side, you have all these white TFLers who constantly push this, oh, it's an anti-white narrative. It's an anti-white narrative. I only see mixed race couples. It's like, and it's like, I don't know which side to listen to. Like you're both saying the opposite thing is true, and that's how I explain it. I feel like both sides have this kind of missing tile syndrome to the point where white TFLers see mixed race couples and they say, oh, there's an anti-white agenda, and on the other side you have non-white TFLers seeing. Always saying, "Oh,
yeah,
JBW."
It is pretty funny.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's so fucking amusing, and nobody points that out. Like it's so fucking funny to me, dude. It's like it's so common.
The blind leading the blind.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. It's just like thank you. Funny. Like somebody had to say it. Like somebody had to fucking say it. But yeah, it's this missing tile syndrome. It's like ethnic TFLers saying, "Oh, JBW," and then white TFLers saying, "Oh, there's a mixed race agenda, whatever."
Yeah, the thing is like I think us white guys are kind of more rational about it because I haven't seen that much like the crazy oh BBC takeover everything, you know, like I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that much besides jokes, like, you know, jokes are jokes.
That's mostly jokes. Yeah, that's mostly jokes.
But I mention a specific group. I don't say all ethnics are. No. Some ethnics have it even worse than whites, I believe, in my area. But when it comes to like, there's this dominant group that's just as large as whites or not more, that don't have this issue, even though like they just break all the barriers. And guess what? You know, Faisal must admitted it to me. I told him, okay, let's go talk about it. He never showed up, but he did admit it that he goes to the gym and he sees the same exact thing all the way across the pond. You know, he sees the same thing. He sees, you know, these Hispanic males not having any issues.
Cultural conditioning, man. But these,
culture is strong. Culture, you know, we just saw, you know, with the Taliban takeover, you know, the Western culture can be defeated. It can be circumvented pretty easily. You had a modern equipped army of 300,000 versus the Taliban of 75,000, and they, you know, the Western backed army, the Western everything, the Western ideals fell apart in a week. It's an embarrassment. It's a sign. And we talked about this like with KMO on Insomatics. We talked about this Afghan situation like in May, I think it was, or maybe it was July, June. We talked about it way before it happened, and everybody started talking about it. But I said that's going to be a sign. That's going to be a sign. Watch out for that sign of what's going to happen in Afghanistan. And we just saw it plain as day. The Western values, the Western ideals are falling apart. It's not working. You know, these strong traditionalist, these traditionalist populations are defeating it. They're defeating it like it's David versus Goliath, and they have no air force, they have no nothing, and the Western-backed stuff can't do anything. And look at how the Taliban in Afghanistan treats its women. Look what they do. They're the most patriotic society in all of the world, and nobody seems to defeat them. These liberalized, these kind of feminized societies try to get in there, and they always lose. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you have the F-35, man. It literally doesn't. Like these nerds, it doesn't matter.
First, remember what I told you. Like one of our conversations we had on Discord. Like, you remember what I told you once when we were like kind of talking about this Taliban thing? It wasn't on stream. We were just like having a private conversation on Discord. Like I told you like something that like George Carlin said. I'm paraphrasing, by the way. I don't know what the exact quote was, and the quote was something along the lines of, "People who have nothing to lose will always triumph over people who are trying to protect some cause or some abstract idea." That's always what happens. Like, people who have nothing to lose will always be victorious over people who are trying to push or maintain or build some abstract idea or cause. That's just what happens. So that's exactly what happened with the Taliban.
Yeah, I do think there is more than that is a valid option, but there's even more. I mean, there's the real. If you think about it, there's not a lot of incels in a Taliban, or like the.
Obviously not.
Exactly. So they're very motivated. They don't have these like gender issues. Like they shut the gender issue down. I'm not saying that's the correct way to do it. I'm not saying this is what I want for the West. I'm just saying, look,
obviously
look
not.
at the
Obviously
result. Look at the objective result of what's going on. Look what army wins. Look who takes the cities. Look who takes the equipment. Look who surrenders. Look at the balance of power, and you see that you cannot have demotivated Western soldiers that are coming in as incels, or they have a girlfriend that's going to cheat on them, or they have a wife that's going to divorce them, and they're on there. They're gonna not pay attention. They're gonna shoot civilians. They're gonna step on landmines. They're gonna get their legs blown off. They're not gonna be combat effective as the Taliban guy that's got nothing to lose. This has got ideology, and he welcomes death. He doesn't really care if he lives or dies.
right.
Yeah, and this is going to come back to haunt us. I mean, again, things that the rational people in the sphere predict seems to come true. It is getting.
Sorry. Continue. Sorry.
No, you can go ahead.
I was just going to say this: gynocentric societies are just doomed, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's doomed. And you have certain content creators that say, "Oh, this is perfectly running fine. Everyone's happy. This is going to go on forever." And it's no. Look at 2021. Look at 2020. The situation in society. If you're a basement dweller, neat, and you only have your computer screen, okay, yeah. But if you go outside, people are way more miserable. The inflation of everything, the shortages of everything.
Oh yeah.
The things are getting bad. Natural disasters, everything. Society is being. People are being demoralized, outside of this whole sphere. I mean, it is getting worse out there, and pretty soon you're not going to have to worry about. In some place, you're not going to have to worry about the situation. You have to worry about having shelter, food, and water, and not getting killed in crime. The crime waves that are happening because there's so many disenfranchised men. Like that's what's happening here. Here, there's just shootings after shootings after shootings, suicide after suicide after suicide. Just insane stuff of what I'm seeing. So, and women here, they complain on Nextdoor, they complain on Facebook, they complain everywhere that they don't feel safe coming out. So what type of world is that? What type of world is that? A world that's running perfectly for women, as some would say? No, that's not what's happening here.
Yeah, I mean, we are so focused. I mean, that's the focus. I mean, that's the subject of this channel and our conversations. Mostly is like the whole relationship, basically the whole relationship thing. But when you take a step back and just like kind of zoom out for a second, it's like, man, everything is just like going to high hell, just like majorly. And I mean, I did a video on this kind of a couple of months back. I think it was titled. Hold on, let me read the title. The video was titled "The Bigger Picture: Why Young Guys Are So Hopeless and Miserable," and I kind of touch on the subject that like it's not just a relationship thing. It's everything in the modern world. It's like everything just like completely crumbling
I do
around
think the relationship is the primary one, and people
But that's what I get. Like in the, I don't know if you watched that video, but I recommend you go watch that video. But it's like in that video, I talk about it's not just a relationship thing. It's like it's just everything in this modern world that's just like weighing down heavy on us. But at the end of it, a lot of guys think, okay, I can deal with the fucking climate change. I can deal with this, that, and with the other. I can muscle through all of that shit. If only I had like a female company, if I had some like romantic companionship that would soothe me and give me those like boosts of oxytocin just for me, so I can like fucking breathe, just so I can get like the life fuel to keep going.
It's life fuel. You need life fuel to make.
You need the life fuel, exactly.
This
especially in this dystopian world. So, and the reason and the fact that guys can't even have that, like the guys can't even have that one thing. It's just too much for us. I'm like Jesus Christ, dude! Like the economy, the jobs, the fucking weather, the fucking the fucking the capitalist oligarchs who become more and more like unelected kings and emperors, and the fucking like the natural disasters and all of that shit. Like I could deal with all of that shit if I could have some life fuel, but I can't even have some fucking life fuel. So what the hell?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's crazy. And I talk about that in that video first. I don't know if you watched it, but yeah, it's crazy, Jaded Creep. Yeah.
Yeah, So if you're dealing with the world that's kind of perfect, everything and everything's going fine, I think it's much more bearable to kind of go like MGTOW or be like single or whatever. But I
Yeah.
think if you have to battle in this world, you have to go to a job where you have to suffer, where things are getting, you're dealing with inflation, you're dealing with higher accreditation, all these stressors, all these modern stressors. You have to have like exit line for all the excess cortisol your brain is going to be baked in. And the research is that that's going to be oxytocin. The fake oxytocin they tried in pill forms didn't work. And what's the number one way to get rid of excess cortisol? It's through uh, you know basically having that physical touch and everything.
With these another on that point, it's like even the failure rate of a lot of relationships is so high because these women have been conditioned and they're never satisfied. So even if you do find yourself in a relationship, it's always on the brink of like disaster, because if you have, like you're
Exactly.
saying, the economy's bad, these women don't stick around. They really don't. Once things start getting turbulent, they jump to the next cock, so to speak. So it's like that's not even that secure.
And the lows, as I learned, the lows are going to be more extreme than the highs, because humans were more influenced by negative as a survival mechanism. So
Yep.
the highs of the relationship, they'll never be as effective as the negativity affects you.
That's a
So
good
the
point.
boost you get from getting that relationship to losing it is going to be much more severe. You're going to be actually at a worse spot, and I
Oh, yeah.
believe
Yeah.
is because when it goes down, you realize, oh, I lost this, I can't get it back again. I had it good for some time, and it's very hard to get again. For I think for a lot of us, it has to be like a miracle at this point, because
Mhm.
there's no like conclusive like steps or anything.
Yeah, stars must align.
Yeah, and you have to have like these cosmic accidents. And as you age, the probability is going to go down. But yeah, I agree, Jaded, completely. It's not a one and all solution. Once you get that, it's another battle. It's a different battle, but it's another battle. It's another struggle. And if you mess up, it can be very disastrous emotionally,
I see
especially
it
if
with
you're emotionally invested. And that's why I say I would not be 100% emotionally invested. Do not like
exactly.
I would check yourself, because you have to have this expectation to the person that wins sometimes is the one that's willing to walk away from certain
Yep.
situations.
Yep. Mhm.
And I know that sounds silly to a lot of people, but it is situational. But you have to be ready that in a matter of a second, just one text can end it all. One text, you just get that text and it's over. Like there's no permanence to anything. There's no permanence to anything. You have to be ready. Like, okay, it's gonna end sometime. It's not gonna be
Mhm.
forever. And you have to. And if you condition yourself that way, and if you can accept things as they are, then you'll be much less shocked. Because some guys, once they get shocked by this, they never recover. They become alcoholic. They lose their jobs. They commit suicide.
A guy I work
So
with, it happened to him, and he was like, they had to take him away, and the police had to take him away because he was threatening suicide. His wife like left him.
Oh Jesus.
So it's like, I mean, this is like the failure rate of relationships in the West is very high. So it's not dependable. So you can't be that like he first said, can't be that emotionally invested in it. You have to keep kind of like a barrier of some kind.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yeah. It's very like you want to have your life outside the relationship. Of course, you don't want to put all your chips on the relationship. Of course, you're gonna have to have an existence outside of that. Of course.
yeah, things don't seem to be. But the thing is, I think that the worst thing is I'm getting to a point where I'm kind of more acceptive. I'm not so distraught. Like, there's Black Pill 2021, and is now called Based on Less. He said one very, very interesting thing. He said, at a point, I just got used to being lonely. And at this point, I got used to it. Like, for me, like, it seems kind of weird at this point. It's not. I'm not saying I have the option to. Like, people, again, we always have to like mitigate all the crazy low IQ comments. But I'm not saying that I have the option to. I'm just saying if that was to happen, it would be a disruptor to my life. And I'm kind of in this ebb and flow that I'm okay with. That I would prefer to have one, but it's like I'm getting more used to the idea of not. I thought a couple of years ago I thought it was catastrophic. I said no, I can't live with it. But I'm getting kind of used to what Black Pill 21 talked about. I got used to being alone. The thing that I think it could be a lot easier to handle. But if you go out and you see the couples, and then like your friends, they all like leave the social circle, and that's not happening in my social, but like it happened at one point. It's like when guys, they do get into one because it's so rare and so hard to get one, they totally disconnect from the social circle, and they a lot of them, not everyone, they try to flex it. They try to flex it as, oh, I'm better than you. I guess who just guess you're not single anymore or whatever. So it because it's so rare now, it becomes a status object. It becomes a value object, and people will spam that on social media. They'll make, especially the guys spam it way more. So there's so many more guys that have a picture of their girlfriend in their profile pic than the girl. The girl's all alone or something, or with her friends. You can see the value dynamic. You can see the power dynamic right by the picture, the two different pictures on social media. And the guy's value relationship's way more because it's much harder for the guy to get it. So they overinvest, and sometimes that ends up jeopardizing everything. But that's the problem, is that when you see the numbers that we have, it is at 18 to 29 males. It's actually more are incel than not.
Yep.
Most don't want to admit it. Most want to cope that they're on the grind or something. But then you go outside, and when you go outside, it's oversampling the successful. So the socially successful, the people who were able to couple up. People will tell me, I go out and all I see is couples. That is true, because the people who, like the single men, are just gonna stay inside and play Fortnite or whatever they want to, rot their brain with, or they're gonna go to different. They're gonna basically try to cope. Public life isn't the public downtown or the public areas aren't really made for single men. Like, they want to actually get rid of single men out of there. It's the cosmopolitan of cities is made for women and couples, because that's who's going to spend the most money. Single men are going to be much more. They're going to be much more like stingy on that stuff. So it's not, society isn't really made for that.
Yep.
Right. So, with that being said, I would just like to say that I would like to end the stream pretty much here. But before I end the stream, just if you guys have any closing statements before I end the stream. I feel like we had a very fruitful stream, and I thank both guests for coming. And so before we leave, do you have any closing statements?
Yeah, I do. Jaded, like, just open those Discord messages, man. Like, obviously you can get on Tim's show, but I'd like to have you on our show. I mean, that'd be epic.
Oh yeah, I would like to. I
wanted to do that too. Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to.
I disappeared, so I will do that. We'll set something up, and then it'll happen for sure.
I mean, yeah. I mean, just reply. That's all it takes. And then
Okay.
Tim, maybe we could just do us three again. I mean, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I would love that. I would love
Yeah.
that. I would love that to happen, and I would love to see Jaded Creep on the Inselmatics.
Stream. Let's do all three of us sometime soon, because I'm trying to get guests, but they drop out. Like, these people that seem to have a lot of time on their hands, that they never follow through. So I think we have a good thing going here, and we have we can discuss a lot of things. Maybe take guests on.
Of course. Once again, first, like, me, my like, if I had my own place, like, time zones wouldn't be a problem for me. I would say, "Oh, fuck it," to time zones. I would like stay up.
Right.
But if the time zone works with me, of course I would love to join. If not, you don't need to wait for me. I still would love to see Jaded Creep on the Inselmatics stream. But hey, if the time zones work for me, I would love to join and be there. If not, I'm still gonna be in the chat. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, depending on when you're watching this stream, this podcast, go check out the third episode of this conversation on the Inselmatics stream. With that being said, I thank both guests for coming here and speaking with me and having a conversation with me. I thank you first, and Jaded Creep, for coming on here tonight. And I also appreciate everybody coming on here and tuning in to the chat tonight. So, yeah, bugger off, everybody. Good night.
Peace.